Hey YouTube, Morley here with a deck profile. It's going to be my fish OTK deck. It's not pretty clear. Um, it's just going to be the list for now. I already explained most of the moves on my mini profile. Alright. Okay, 3 Coelacanth. He's the main win condition for the deck. Coelacanth gives you the, swarm of all the little fish, and then you get to, sink like crazy. And, yeah, you just have to run 3. You pretty much want to get him all the time. Open with him with Trunade. Yeah, make sure you Trunade before you drop him. And remember you could do the play with the Fishborg Blaster to negate Valor. Okay. 3 LIDD. If you own Duality, you should just run 2. You don't really need a third one, but if you don't, the third one is definitely good. Really good against 6-10 matchup, but obviously bad against the mirror match. Rogue decks like Light Sworn, and yeah, Frog Monarchs and stuff. Gores and Trag. They activate from your hand. Gores gives you a token that you could attribute for LIDD and Big Fish. And since you have high level dudes, 7 and 8, you could use Trag's Steal ability. That actually works. I stole, at YCS Anaheim, I stole Ancient Fairy Dragon and 2 Stardusts with his effect. So it's definitely worth using. 3 Swap Frog. He dumps all your frogs to the graveyard. And he also has a built-in special summon effect, which is really handy for in a pinch to summon your tribute monsters. Also, he recycles. He also, puts himself back in your hand, which you should almost always do. 3 Dupe Frog searches your Swap Frog, and he has a lot of defense. If you have 2, then it's a pseudo lock because your opponent can't attack, but yeah, he's a wall, and he's definitely worth running 3 of, since he searches your Swap Frog. 2 Treeborn. Treeborn is, Treeborn. Free Tribute Fodder and level 1 water for Fishborg. Ronin, easy Tribute Fodder, and he's also a wall. Triple Oyster. When he's sent to the graveyard except by battle, then you always get an Oyster token. Yeah, since he's level 3 and he produces a level 1 token, you pretty much get synchroned to any level with Oystermeister and with your swarm with Coelacanth. Oh yeah, Oystermeister also lets you go into Black Rose. Oystermeister, I'll show you later. 3 Fishborg. You run 3 of Oyster and 3 of Fishborg. That way you don't open with them, or no, pardon me. That way you don't have dead ones in your graveyard. That way you could ensure that you have at least 2 Blaster, 2 Oystermeister for Coelacanth's OTK. Fishborg Blaster is amazing. It special summons itself, and you could use him to tribute himself for your Coelacanth to negate Valor, which is pretty neat. Since he's level 1, he allows for a very, he allows for a variety of synchro summons. And here's my tech choice. Some people run Penguin, Nightmare Penguin, some people run Snowman Eater. I run Max C. I just like Max C, this format. Sometimes it's bad, obviously, but since I run 2 activate from hand effects, that being my Gores and my Trag, and this thing really combos nicely with Trag. I got a 7,200 attack Trag once against KMP, which saves me. Yeah, Max C is definitely legit. I like it in the main because, practically every deck special summons now. Even anti-meta like Lightbeat. Yeah, Max C lets you draw into your combo pieces, and even if you draw into your dead fish, your Oystermeisters, Fishborgs, that's what the next spell card is for. I might drop it, but so far it's testing fairly well. 3 Oyster, if you draw into your water attributes, you return them to the deck, draw 3. Definitely run 3. 3 Sark, searches for your combo pieces. Yeah, you also run 3 of it, and with Duality, you also run 3 Duality. That way you have pretty much the ultimate search engine. 3 econ with Treeborn. It's basically brain control. And you can switch defensive position monsters to attack and do Colossal Armor. Double MST. MST is really good this format. You know, hit field spells are hot now because Gravekeeper is Dragonides, and in the future probably Dark Worlds. Yeah. No, and also, you know, hit back row and hit Dimensional Fissure. Darko, you know, staple. Trunade, ensure your OTK. Reborn, staple. Bullish, don't run this if you have duality, you don't really need it. But, you know, this is gamer ready. These three. And, 1-for-1, you don't really need it. Again, duality. I honestly don't like it that much. I don't really know what to take out for it, though. I mean, what to take it out for. Yeah, okay, whatever. Alright, let's go to the sinks. 3 formula. Absolutely necessary, so you could, you know, sync. Yeah, you can sync on your opponent's turn with this dude. I'm not gonna go that much into syncs, you guys know what these guys do. But, yeah. You run 6 synchro tuners in the deck, 3 formula, 3 Fishborg. That lets your Red Nova go up to 7,500. So, yeah. You need to run 3 formula. Army Arm, you need to run 2. You have to run 2, or, you know, it's not gonna work without. It's mandatory, man. Army Arm, you know, Army Arm OTK allows you to go into level 6s more easily. Necessary for the 81 OTK with Gishinodan, or the Colossal Army Arm, and the Red Nova OTK. So yeah, you definitely need Army Arms. They're like 20 each now, but you know, it's a staple in this deck. Catastor, you know, synchro staple, pop, kill stuff, and you will go into Catastor sometimes, so that's why you need it. Gish. He lets you go into 81 OTK since his attack pumps to 3k. Reenact, another part of the 81 OTK. Yeah, you know, return stuff to hand and OTK by attacking directly. Reenact is necessary. Oh yeah, also these two are water, so you can synchro it to level 6, Reenact, or level 7, which is Black Rose. You do go into Black Rose, even though you don't go into a lot, but you could go in Black Rose, and it does save you sometimes. At the YCS, I went to Black Rose with Army Arm Formula and Oyster Token. Yeah, that won me the match against 6 Samurai, since he sided in Restrict. Should have sided in some like D Fisher that really kills the deck, but yeah. This thing bombs the field, and then if you have like LADD, you could resurrect him if you have nothing else in the graveyard, and you get a beat stick. Colossal, Army Arm OTK. Scrap Dragon, staple. You have a lot of fodder for this effect anyways. You have Oyster Meister, which gives you an Oyster token, and you have Treeborn. Stardust, staple. Lets you go into Shooting Star, because you run formula, so why not? It's good to avoid, you know, what do you call it? The Monarchs, Caius and Ryza. Red Dragon Archfiend, whose only purpose is to get Red Nova, which is the 3rd OTK of the deck. Alright, so let's go into the side deck. We have a Chimera Tech, you know, and 3 side draw to complement him. Here, let me move it to the side. 3 Puppet Plant, necessary against 6 Sam matchup, but you know, the players are getting smarter now, they're siding in D Fisher. You have to send Puppet Plant to the graveyard. So, same with Mexi. You have to send it to the graveyard, or, you know, it's not going to work, because the cost is to send it to the graveyard. So, you should side Hayden for Spawn Trap removal to kill the D Fisher. 3DD Crow for the mirror match, and Frog Monarchs. It's a good card. I also sided in for X-Sabers. Yeah, ask Hung about it. 3 Catastrophe. 2 Catastrophe, sorry. I had a 3rd one, but I took one out and another card for Yeah, okay. Catastrophe's Heavy Storm is good against GK, not that good against 6 Sams because, you know, even though they run a lot of back row, they have a Magatama, Shien, and they do all their stuff with Gateway and United before they attack, so yeah, Catastrophe is not that good against them. So for 6 Sams, I set into Dust Tornado. Sorry, Dust Tornado is good. It's 2 more MSTs, so you run 4. So 1/10 of the time, you would, you know, draw into it. That's not even good math, because you open with 6, but whatever. It's good against the 6 Sam matchup, hit Fishers, and, you know, all around good card. Side against, like, the field spell dependent decks, Dragonides, and Gravekeeper. And one torrent show, you know, kill swarms, kill their tuner, 6 Sam's tuner before they sink. That's it for the fish OTK deck. I'm aware of the what you call it, the fish FTK deck, which is the one with formula, symbols of heritage, and all those crazy draw infinity times, burn infinity times, remove all cards in your opponent's hand. Yeah, that deck is okay, but the normal fish OTK deck is more consistent in my opinion. But the thing is, fish FTK can also do the same stuff as fish OTK. So yeah, I might change it to the fish FTK build, but we'll see when time passes and when TG Librarian comes out.